If you're someone that's been exploring different ways of making money online, you've probably come across the term SaaS. Now, what exactly is it? Why is it so lucrative? And why is it that I believe it is one of, if not the best way to achieve financial freedom through online means? Now, in this video, we're going to talk about what exactly SaaS is. We'll discuss some examples and the advantages of building your own SaaS projects. Now, I myself currently have 5 live profitable SaaS projects, and the best thing about it is I've never written a single line of code to get there. Now, before we get started in this video, I quickly want to address the person behind the screen. By watching content like this, you are demonstrating that you're willing to improve your circumstances, but perhaps you lack the guidance. This channel is exactly where you will find that guidance, so make sure to subscribe to keep up to date and allow me to help you build your own profitable SaaS projects. So what exactly is SaaS? SaaS stands for Software as a Service. And the best way to think about it is when you want to use a particular software, rather than buying the whole thing, you're paying in regular intervals in order for you to access that software for as long as you're paying. Why is this important? Well, in the olden days, if you wanted to access a particular software, you'd have to spend a lot of money first buying that software, but then you'd have to install it onto your local machine. The problem with this is A, it's very costly, and B, it's restricted to the machine that you install it on. However, with SaaS products, rather than you actually having to fork out a big stash of cash to actually purchase the software, you can access it wherever it is you are in the world. It's not restricted to one specific machine, nor do you have to pay a lot of money for it. Instead, in most cases, you're simply renting it out and paying the provider on a monthly basis. Let's actually take an example to help you guys really understand what SaaS is. Suppose you find an empty piece of land and you decide you want to build 50 storages of apartments for people to actually live in. So you gather some capital, some employees, and some material, and you start building a block on this land for people to come and live in. Now, people that are going by may look at this piece of beautiful architecture and think, I want to live in one of those apartments. Now, they may not necessarily have the money to afford the whole thing, but they don't need the whole thing. They simply want to derive benefit by paying an amount that they can afford, but also get the full maximum utility that they can. So once this building is actually ready and your SaaS is ready, i.e. your website or your app, people are not necessarily interested in having access to the whole functionality in the code base. They simply want to use it to their own benefit. Now, over time, the more people that see your product, the more people that are interested, and the more people that actually pay you rent in order for them to live in this building that you've just created. This is exactly what a SaaS model looks like. You create a website or an app, get it to a point where it's functioning really well and people want to use it. You then charge people a monthly recurring income in order for them to access the functionalities that you've created, and in turn you are collecting monthly recurring revenue. The difference between this example and a SaaS product is a SaaS product is not limited by how many blocks you can create. A SaaS product, if it is built correctly, works no different for one user than it does for 10,000 users. Right? So you're not capped at how many people can actually use this product. You could make unlimited money so long as you have a good product that people like and that you are able to market it and put it in front of people's eyes. So hopefully that demonstration gives you an understanding of how the SaaS model actually works and how people are making money from it. Now let's take a look at some examples of SaaS products. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix is a SaaS product. In the olden days, if you wanted to access 10 movies, you'd have to buy 10 different DVDs. But what Netflix has done is, rather than you going and buying every single movie that exists, they charge you rent. You are paying them on a monthly basis in order for you to access certain functionality of their product. You could watch one movie today, and next month you could watch 15 movies. The point is, this is a software that is built. You are one of those users, and in order for you to benefit, you must pay rent, as opposed to buying every single DVD that there is. Another example is Spotify. Rather than you going out of your way to buy every single song that exists, you are paying Spotify rent, right? Every single month, you are paying them, I don't know, 10, 15, or however much they charge in order for you to access unlimited amount of songs. So these are examples of SaaS products. Now, it's all good to hear about what SaaS is and all these big players making money from it, But why should you get started in SaaS? Now, as someone who currently has 5 live profitable SaaS projects, I can tell you firsthand it is one of the best ways to achieve passive income. And why is that? Well, a year ago, I was on holiday with my friends and my family. And I remember so clearly just being in the restaurant, taking out my phone, having a notification, and it showing me that I received a payout for that month. Now, this was an amount that I wouldn't have got at work for about 6 months, right? I completely forgot about it. I did nothing for that specific SaaS project for about 2 to 3 months prior, yet people continued to pay for it, right? And so once you build the SaaS project properly with the correct infrastructure, people will continue to pay in order for them to benefit from it. Even if you've forgotten about it, even if you stay in bed for a whole month, people are benefiting, people are paying, and you get a payout of that monthly recurring revenue. Another advantage of building your own SaaS product is it really doesn't cost that much. And the reason why people think it's so expensive is because people have absolutely no experience. And so when they think of an idea, they automatically think they need to hire out big, huge teams in order for them to build this product. As someone who has built multiple SaaS projects and has continued to build multiple SaaS projects, I can tell you that the figures that I have to pay in order to get these SaaS projects to the level that they are significantly less to the numbers that people throw at me when I ask them, how much do you think this will cost? So as long as you have a good team that can be very efficient in how they build things, it really doesn't cost much to build your own SaaS project. Another advantage is the scalability. So if we go back to the example that we just discussed about building something on that land, there comes a point where it will become full, right? If you build for 50 people and you have 50 tenants, there's no more space. The difference is a SaaS building is unlimited. It's no harder for your product or your website to handle one user than it is 10,000 users, provided it's built correctly. And so with different business models, if you wanted to scale from making $1,000 to $100,000, there are logistical headaches that you have to overcome in order for you to scale and provide a product that can actually generate 100,000 in sales. Whereas if you have a SaaS product and you were making $1,000 because, I don't know, let's say you were charging $100 to 100 people, all you need to do is market that out and simply get 10x more customers, and there you go. You have scaled it significantly with really not much of an effort. And so that is one of the key things that lead me into saying building your own SaaS product is one of, if not the best way to achieve financial freedom through online means. So to summarize the content in this video, a SaaS is a software as a service. Rather than you buying the software and installing it into your machine, you are simply renting it out on a monthly basis, just as you do with your house. Secondly, provided you know what you're doing, it really doesn't cost much to build your own SaaS projects and begin making monthly recurring revenue. Thirdly, which is in my opinion the most important, is the scalability. For you to go from $1,000 to $100,000 in revenue with a SaaS product is significantly different from you going from 1,000 to 100,000 in something like property. So with that being said, guys, if you're someone that wants to build your own SaaS projects but you don't know how to go about doing it, I have a free ebook on my website, which will be on the screen right now, www.incognitolabs.com. You could also join a free Discord, which essentially segments people in different stages of their SaaS projects, literally from idea and brainstorming to marketing their product and actually making monthly recurring revenue. That link will be in the description down below. Now guys, before you go, if you have absolutely any suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below, or just let me know in the Discord, because I try my best to be very active on there. And with that being said, guys, let's get started with those SaaS projects.